Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. So we are here with another BGC request. Somebody told me to do originals that I feel like replacements that I feel like should have been originals, and I was just like, yeah, that's because it's a lot of replacements where I was just like, bro, y'all know y'all could have brought them in on the first date, because these people, it ain't it. So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. The first few seasons, I feel like, they weren't really replacing people. So yeah, so starting with season 5, I really do feel like all the replacements were cool. They did their duty. You had a girl that came in, she saw the queen bee of the house because she wasn't there at the beginning to kind of, see where she fit in. She automatically saw the queen bee. She followed the queen bee and it ended up failing on her. And to me, that was a good enough storyline for Kaylee. It's like, I feel like even if she would have came in as an original, she would have been up Kristen as regardless. So it's like regardless she was a replacement or original, she would have been up Kristen's ass. It seemed like that's just what she wanted to do in the house. So yeah. As far as the other 2 replacements go, I really don't feel like they were interesting enough to be chosen as, originals. I feel like they did their justice as well. Like I said, you had Ashley that was talking about, I'm just playing the game. And it's like, I would not want to hear that all season from the beginning. That would piss me the hell off. Because it already it's even pissing me off now just talking about it. Because it pissed me off her saying, it pissed me off just hear her say it for those little few episodes. And then Christina, I feel like she was good as a replacement because, she came in, she shook the house up. She wasn't on the same type of thing Ashley was on, and she gave Leah and Kristen kind of a little run for their money. And it's like, that's what the house needed at that time. By the time Christina and Ashley came, it's like the momentum was kind of going down. And it's like bringing Christina in is what made the house low-key kind of interesting again. So it's like, yeah, that house, those replacements, I feel like they were good. Season 6 though, I really do feel like Ashley really could have been an OG. It's like, I get what they were trying to do with Jade, but no lie, I low-key would have picked Ashley over Jade. Because, yeah, isn't that who replaced Jade? Yeah, like, I definitely would have put Jade over, I really would have put Ashley over Jade. Because it's like, Ashley, she kind of had the same vibe. Ashley was calm, she was beautiful. And it's like, I feel like her being in the house, as an OG, when she first got there and she was, first she was going with Shar and everything. It's like, I feel like if she would have got there from the beginning and kind of like saw stuff. Because I know when she first got in, she was talking to Nikki and she was trying to figure out why people didn't like Nikki. And then, yeah, that's when she was talking to Shar. I really feel like if Ashley was there from the beginning, the trajectory of the house probably would have been different. I feel like a lot of the girls probably would have gravitated towards her because she was cool, she was pretty and whatnot. I feel like her coming in as a replacement and her being cool and pretty, that's kind of what people were intimidated by. But I feel like if she would have came in with everybody else, everybody would have been cool with her. And honestly, low-key, how Shar was just like, oh, she's not that pretty. I really feel like if Shar would have saw her from day one, she probably would have been like, oh shit, she pretty. Just people just be hating on the replacements and whatnot. And I feel like, yeah, if Ashley were there, she probably would have had a better time in the house, and it would have unfolded eventually who she would and would not like. But yeah, I feel like that about Ashley. However, Wilma though, I really do feel like she was perfect as a replacement, because the replacement at that time, well, for Wilma, she, boomed. You had the people in the house, Nikki, nobody was really touching Nikki. Even though they thought Nikki was annoying and whatnot, nobody was really doing anything to her. She was just floating by. So Wilma came in as the replacement and she did her big one on her, because it's like, who is this girl? I came in as a replacement and people want to mess with me. I need to show y'all that I'm not the one to be played with. So yeah, let me go off on Jennifer. Let me go off on Nikki eventually and beat her up 3 times. Like, I feel like even if Wilma were probably in the house in the beginning, like, because when she first came in, they were cool and they probably would have been cool. But I like the fact that as she came in as the replacement and she just, you know, kind of spiced the house up. Because it's like, that's what the season needed. Because who were the replacements? You had Jennifer, and it's like, she didn't contribute anything to the storyline. And it's just like, yeah. So Wilma, I liked her as a replacement. Jennifer, I could have gone the whole season without her, dead ass. But Ashley, she could have been an OG. Season 8, I low-key feel like Elise could have been a replacement. And no, I feel like if Elise was a replacement, they wouldn't have treated her how they did. They would have came in and it would have been like, oh, she's pretty, she's cool, let's be cool with her, woo woo woo. Because it's like, the only reason why they did what they did to her is because she was a replacement. So it's just like, yeah. However, Jenna was cool. I like Jenna as an OG. So, but I also think that Elise as a replacement, I feel like she would have been cool. I would be curious to see how the house would have gone without the whole Jenna thing and Elise actually replacing her, and how the house would have gone. Cause it's like, it seemed like Elise, when she partied, she was with Mimi and Amy. So I want to know if it would have been like a trio, or if it would have been like Mimi and Elise like the whole time, shut off from everybody else. Because regardless, it would have been the twins and Gia and Erica at the beginning regardless. So it's like, I want to know if it was Elise from the beginning, like how divided the house would have gone. But Camila's still coming in later. Camila, it's like, I know y'all want Camila to be an OG, but Camila was one of the best replacements ever. Like, she popped shit off, and that's exactly what season 8 needed. Season 8 just needed someone to come in, put somebody in their place, because I really, like, y'all, I really cold-heartedly believe this. I really do feel like if Camila were there at the beginning, she would have been a follower. She would have been up Erica's ass just like everybody else, and I would have hated that for her. Like, Elise seemed like she was low-key more... No, I can't say that, because Elise low-key was a follower too, but it seemed like, no lie, I feel like Camila would have been more of a follower than Elise. And it's like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I can. But, oh no, I can't explain it. Like, Camila, when she came in, it's like she just wanted friends, you know? She just wanted people to like her. She wanted to be liked. She wanted to have fun on Bad Girls Club. Like, when they kicked Christine off and she was mooning her and laughing and giggling with the girls, like, Camila was in her head probably like, oh, this is lit. And then when Elise moved into her room, she was hella happy. She was just like, oh, you want a room with me? And it's just like, girl, these girls do not like you. And that literally tells me, like, if Camila were here from the beginning, she probably would have jumped people. She would have been talking shit to people, and she would have been hashtag Team Erica. And it's like, the only way she would have fallen out with Erica is if Erica would have done something to her. But it's just like, but I do want to know if she would have, what her position would have been with the twins after the whole, you know, Gia, Erica, Danny, Gabby fallout. Like, like, who would Camila go to? But y'all, no lie, if Camila were there from the beginning, she would have been a follower. So she's good as a replacement. So it's like, Elise, I feel like she could have been an OG. No lie. However, I'm kind of going back and forth about season 9. Season 9, I'm trying to think if I would want Andrea to be a replacement or an OG or not. Because I feel like she did great as a replacement. She came in, she stood her ground, she wasn't scary, she did her thing, and then she left. Like, I really do feel like season 9 was low-key kind of perfect how it was. However, we could have got rid of Natasha and Zuli. Like, I feel like we could have found better replacements for the replacements. Like, I don't know what the process is for the replacements if they go woo, 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 but it's like, I know damn well Zuli and Natasha were not the best that it got. And if we did, I'm low-key kind of disappointed, because it's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was better bitches in the group chats, you know? Andrea, on the other hand, I do feel like regardless as if she would have came, well, okay, no, I say this. We all know Andrea's not ugly. I feel like Megan was intimidated by Andrea. However, in the beginning when she came in, she wanted to link up with Rima because she thought that Rima was the prettiest in the house. And even though she was just like, oh, her and Erica are both black or whatever, I feel like she probably didn't see Erica as any competition, you know, looks wise. So she was just like, let me be cool with Erica. However, she thought Andrea was black and bad. So it's like, I'll be curious to see if Andrea came in on the first day, would Megan try to link up with her and be on some Rima stuff, like we the prettiest in the house, let's do it? Or would she still be on some hater stuff that she was when Andrea first came? So I would be interested to see how that would go. But because of that, it's like I would still like Andrea as a replacement, because Andrea came in and she had the main girls trio in the house shook, and she still rolled it out until, you know, eventually she couldn't take it anymore, because then eventually, you know, Megan stopped messing with her, you know, because it was just like Megan just wanted to go, so she stopped even worrying about Andrea. So I was confused on how their beef kind of like started back up at the reunion. But if Andrea were an original, I would be really curious to see how that would go. I want to know, would she still try to mess with Rima, with Erica and them, or would she be like, you know, that's not right? Because it didn't really seem like Andrea was a bully. And it's like, if Andrea did be on some hashtag Team Christina stuff and be like, you know what, I'm not really messing with that, it's like, I want to know where she would stand in the house. So yeah, I'm kind of like about that, because it's like Andrea did her thing as a replacement, but I want to know, would she still be holding her ground if she were an original? Or I want to know how the other girls would have reacted to Andrea if they would be hating on her if she were an original as well. So it's just like, season 9, oh no, what y'all think? Y'all let me know. Season 10, I really do feel like they really could have replaced Janae with Jen. If Jen were there from the beginning, I really do feel like, yeah, we could have skipped the whole Janae throwing chips storyline thing, because Janae really didn't contribute much to the season. All she did was get drunk, they kicked her out, and it was just like, boom. And then, yeah, she didn't really do anything until they kicked her out, because all she did was get drunk. Whereas Jen, on the other hand, she had more of a bigger personality than Janae, and she didn't just stand in the corner and cry all day. So I want to know, if Jen came in from the beginning and we didn't have that whole Janae storyline with Janae being drunk for the first few episodes, would the house be like how it was when Jen came in? Because it's like, when Jen came in, everybody was on her cock, like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you're so funny, you're so cool. And it seemed like that was kind of the refresher that the house needed after the Janae thing happened. So I want to know, those first few days, you know, if Jen came in as an original, would the house still be fun? Would they still have drama on the first episode? Like, who would have Jen got into it with then? Because Jen was a firecracker, and Jen waited to get into it with Rocky. Jen really didn't have issues with the original house. It's like she kind of looked at Nikki kind of sideways, but she didn't really know what was going on to actually have an opinion about Nikki in the house. So I don't know. It's like, Jen, she really could have been an original, but at the end of the day, Rocky still would have been coming, and she would have still probably had the same energy with Rocky. But I want to know who she probably would have been beefing with over that thing. But, you know, the Kuta Kente thing still happened. And even though Paula didn't really care about it, I want to know if Jen would have did something about it, because Jen was way more explosive than Paula, and she was low-key just as explosive as Valentina. So it's just like, Jen, that could have made her an OG. I feel like the storyline, it would have been kind of interesting. It either would have been chill and they would have had fun, or it would have been sideways. And it's like the only person I can really see Jen beefing with is Shannon. She wouldn't have beef with Paula. She wouldn't have beef with Stephanie, or she probably would have got into it with Nikki. I can say that. Like, okay, let's be Delulu for a second. Say the episode, the time when Shannon, when Nikki dropped her glass after, they all went out after they saw Shannon naked. I can see if Jen would have went out with Paula, Stephanie, and Nikki and them, and the glass drop, it probably would have went down between, Jen and Nikki and Alicia and Valentina, because Jen wasn't no B. Paula, she was kind of laid back, but Jen wasn't no hoe. She wasn't a bitch. I'm not saying Paula was, but Jen was way too explosive for people to just be yelling, "Oh, get the glass, what are y'all doing? Y'all drunk," and her just, not do anything. I'm saying all that to say this, yeah, Jen was way more enjoyable to watch than Janae. Like, I don't think Jen would have been in the back crying, and it's like, if Jen was in the back crying because she was being drunk, I feel like she would have did something about it. She wouldn't have gone to them the next day and tried to cry about it. Jen would have been on whatever type of time they were on. So it's just like, Jen as an OG, I feel like she still probably would have had the same friends, which is Paula and Stephanie. But at the reunion, she ended up fighting Nikki. So it's just like, I want to know how that would have gone. But still, I would have chose Jen over Janae any day. Season 11, I really do feel like, of course, Tess stayed for 15 minutes. So it's like, Gigi really could have been an original. Like, I hate the fact that Gigi tried to act like she was an OG, because it's like, no, babe, you still didn't come episode, you still didn't come second one. So yeah, you're not an original, babe. But it's like, she could have been an OG. But another replacement that I feel like could have been an OG is honestly Janelle, because she has a big personality. She has a better personality than some of the girls. Honestly, Janelle could have replaced Stephanie, and Gigi could have replaced Tess. Like, because what the hell does Stephanie do in the house besides fight Shanae later? And it's like, the replacements, Shanae, it's like, she could have been, just a new girl. Benzie still could have been, just a new girl. Haley still could have been, just a new girl. But I want to know, because we know how Gigi got in with the rest of the crew, because Gigi came in like 24 hours afterwards. I want to know if Janelle came in with them, would they still have the same opinion on her? Because it seemed like after the hair flipping thing, Tiana was just like, she was over it. So it's like, I want to know. But then Tiana ended up hating her afterwards. So it's just like, Janelle came in and I feel like she was cool. She had good energy. And I feel like if she would have came in day one, she would have had the same cool energy. But I also want to know, would Janelle still be keeping the same energy? Would she want to be cool with them? Would she want to have, would she not want to be cool with them? But I feel like Janelle, she probably would have just been cool with Sarah, and her and Sarah probably would have rocked out. But I want to know if they was jumping Sarah, would Janelle jump in, or would she be on some Andrea stuff and be like, whoa, I don't want to jump? Because, Janelle, she was cool, but at the same time, it seemed like Janelle only attacked when she felt like she was being attacked. But at the same time, it seemed like she was a good friend to her friends, because she was low-key cool with Andrea. Andrea just said F her, so Janelle said, girl, F you too. So yeah, but Janelle, she had a big personality. She definitely should have been an OG. I found her way more entertaining to watch than everyone else. And then y'all just imagine Janelle and Sarah in the BGC 11 house. That's the whole personality of the house, because it's like, other than that, we had Mimi, and Mimi, she was just like, okay, but it's like, the other girls, they wasn't talking about shit for realsies. So it's just like, yeah, hashtag Janelle and hashtag Gigi for being the originals, because it's just like, what? Season 12, it's like, even though Lindsay, she had her 15 minutes of fame, I really do feel like they really could have picked Asia over her. And it's like, I really want to know, if they would have picked Asia over Lindsay that first episode, will the trajectory of the house still be the same? Will they still not want to F with Asia? Would they? Because it seemed like they were effing with Asia until Asia repeated that Jada was the next to leave the house. Cause it's like, I really didn't necessarily think Asia was ugly, and it seemed like Alex was kind of superficial and she wanted Lo to be her roommate just because of the fact that Lo was one of the girls that looked like she would hang out with when she get home. Mainly saying that she thought Lo was the prettiest. So, hey girl, let's be friends. So it's like, I want to know, would she have picked, you know, Asia and Lo to kind of be her friends and see where that goes? And yeah, it's like, I feel like Asia could have been an OG in the house. It's like, Lindsay only stayed for 15 minutes and it was just like, yeah. Now, I will say, season 14, it should have just been all the replacements and then the twins and Jayla. I really do feel like season 14 cast was so irrelevant, so not interesting. The season was really not that enjoyable to watch after the twins and Jayla left. So it's just like, they honestly could have replaced the whole cast. After everything happened, they should have shut production down and been like, y'all, look, we about to switch all y'all out, okay? Because y'all is not it. Y'all is weird, but it's just like, we got all these replacements over here, and we just gonna replace y'all with them, and we just gonna have a brand new season. Like, hello? Season 15, I really do feel like Jamie and Jazz were good as replacements. I feel like the house was kind of chill, and Jamie and Jazz, they came, they shook the house up. And that was that. Hanan and Susu, great replacements. They did the same thing. What I can say is, but if I had to pick one of them to be OGs, I would honestly say Hanan and Susu though. Like, Hanan and Susu, they were cool, they were turned, and they were all that, but they were low-key more calm than Jamie and Jazz. So I would replace the little twins with Hanan and Susu, but still bring Jamie and Jazz in as replacements and see if the same vibe happens. And I would want to know if Hanan and Susu were there as originals, will they still get into it with Angela and Christina? Because, you know, Jamie and Jazz coming in, they was gonna hate them regardless. So it's like, Hanan and Susu, no lie, they would have been good originals, I'm not gonna lie. Season 16, no lie, all the replacements were low-key kind of irrelevant to me. Candy was the only one that had personality, and she was good as a replacement. Stephanie, it seemed like she was good as a replacement because it was a whole bunch of drama in the house, and she just came in, breath of fresh air. And it's just like, yo, who else was a replacement on that season? Shit, who else was on that season? Hold on, let me think. Because it's just like, I feel like the house on 16 was low-key kind of cool how it was. I feel like the OGs were stacked good, and then the replacements came in and too, and I'm not gonna lie, the replacements weren't that interesting for me to be like, I would see them as an LG. It was just kind of like a, well, guess it's another new girl. Because Bernicia, she held it down. Winter gave a show. Dream Dog popped off the drama. Kaylee was weird. Oh no, okay. Let's replace Adrian. And I guess I'll say, we can take out Adrian, and we can honestly put Stephanie in there. No lie, but because it's like, Stephanie, at least she was having fun, she was partying, she was doing all this. Honestly, I ain't see Adrian do none of that, you know. So it's just like, yeah, she really could have stayed and applied for the Young Jocks. the more yeah. Let's replace Stephanie with Adrian. Let's replace Adrian with Stephanie. Yeah, it seemed like Stephanie, she probably would have had, you know, she at least would have been having fun. But it's like, shoot, Stephanie didn't get really camera time either. It's just like, the only replacement that kind of got camera time was Candy, and I just feel like she was good to come down later because she was low-key Winter's karma. And if she would have came in from the beginning, it probably would have been Candy. It would have been too explosive way too soon. Like, just imagine if Candy were there when the whole Dream Dog, Kaylee, and Winter thing happened. Like, I feel like it would have been way too explosive too soon. So Candy coming down later and her finding out about it, and with the whole Winter thing, it was low-key kind of perfect for the house. And it's just like Stephanie, if she were an OG, she just would have been one of those Jenna party girls, and it just would have been like, okay. Even though at the reunion she was like, oh, y'all nasty for that, y'all nasty for that. Y'all, honestly, if Stephanie were there from the beginning, she wouldn't have done shit about the whole Kaylee thing. She probably wouldn't have participated, but she wouldn't have done shit about it. So I hated when she was at the reunion talking about, I got my sneakers on. Like, girl, please sit down, please. And then season 17, I really do feel like Brie was cool as a replacement. You know, season 17 was low-key kind of, you know, smooth sailing and cruising, and Brie coming in kind of shook the house up. You know, she was putting Key in her spot, because the only person that Key was low-key having beef with was Kiki and it was Kiki and Sayora. And Sayora, Key was not worried about Sayora. She knew she was gonna, you know, and Key was not worried about Kiki either. But when Brie came in, she low-key had Key kind of shook, and that's why she had to get her lick back at the end, because it's just like, yo, I ain't never got my Sayora ain't never beat my ass before, like, damn. So yeah, I feel like 17, Brie, she did her thing as a replacement. So it's like, yeah, that was cool how it was too. Yeah, yo, I just feel like certain replacements, they come in and they just need to shake and blow the house up because the house is being too stagnant. I feel like certain replacements are other people's karma. And I really do feel like, yeah, certain replacements, they should have came in as originals because they were just more, you know, entertaining than the OGs. But I feel like, you know, it could have been certain storylines, certain replacements coming in at the beginning. So yeah, for season 6, I have Ashley should have been an OG because she was way kind of low-key way more interesting than Jade. And Jade ended up leaving after 20 seconds after letting Nikki get to her. And I really do feel like Ashley, she wouldn't have let that happen. I feel like the girls probably would have been more receptive to Ashley. Shar wouldn't have been hating. And shit, Shar probably would have been trying to be friends with her. No lie. And yeah, I would be curious to see how that goes. Wilma was good as a replacement for shaking the house up, putting Nikki in her place, beating her ass 3 times, and then dipping. So it was just like, the potential of the Ashley OG storyline, it is good, but Wilma as a replacement, still perfect. So yeah, I say for season 6, Ashley should have been an OG, but I like Wilma as a replacement because they needed to shake shit up and somebody put Nikki in their place because none of the OGs were going to do it. And even if Ashley were an OG, she wasn't going to do it. And then for season 8, I feel like Camila should have stayed a replacement because she would have been a follower. But at least as an OG, I wouldn't have hated. I feel like it would have been cool. And I feel like, of course, if she wasn't if she wasn't a replacement, they wouldn't have put her through what she went through. But at the same time, at least still switched up at the end. So it's just like, it makes me curious. Like, would at least be a lame as an original too? Like, would she be on bullshit? Season 9, no lie, they could have replaced Andrea with Blondie, and they honestly could have replaced the replacements. So it's just like, yeah. Season 10, Jen could have been an OG, and all the other replacements were cool. Like Nancy, she was cool as a replacement. Rocky, she was cool as a replacement, and it was just like, yeah, Rocky came, she had the house mad and shook, and you know, Shamrock took over, and it was just like, I would have hated for that storyline to be from the beginning, like just Shamrock and them, like the whole season. Like that would have pissed me off. 11, they really just should have let Gigi come in and replace Tess, like no lie. They really could have called Janelle early to replace Stephanie. So it's just like, yeah, Janelle and Gigi, they were both big personalities, and seeing them both in the house as day one people, OGs, I feel like that would have been interesting. I would have liked that. Season 12, they really just could have called Asia early, you know, and yeah, Lindsay, like, rest in peace to her, but the girl only lasted for 15 minutes, so it's just like, she low-key kind of wasted our time. Season 15, even though Jamie and Jazz were cool, Hanan and Susu probably would have been better OGs than them because Jamie and Jazz's personalities were just way too big for that cast, and seeing that as the beginning, it probably would have been way too explosive, and they probably would have gotten sent home early. Somebody would have gotten sent home early. It probably would have been them. So it's just like, yeah, they were cool as it was. Season 16 and 17, I low-key feel like it was cool how it was, you know. I'm glad Candy didn't come in from the beginning. Like I said, if anything, it could have been Stephanie, because it's like Adrian didn't do shit, and it's like Stephanie, at least she was partying and whatnot. And it's like season 17, it's like Bree, you know, she was cool as she was. So it's just like, yeah. So yeah, y'all, that's who I got as replacements that should have been originals. Y'all let me know which replacements y'all feel like should have been originals, because I'm pretty sure it's more that could have replaced, but that's just my list, because it's just a lot of boring ass OGs, like, no lie. But I really do feel like there are certain storylines that I liked that progress from the replacements, because there's certain people where they would have came in and I just feel like it would have been way too explosive too soon. And I liked on Bad Girls Club how everything slowly unfolded, and then we had the big explosion. Whereas on Baddies, y'all know they just be sitting in the campfire fighting and we don't even know what's going on, and it's just like, okay, y'all. But yeah, y'all, like I said, y'all let me know which replacements y'all feel like should have been OGs, and y'all keep spamming me with the BGC topics. So until the meantime, until I come back, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.